And in terms of one of the things we like to talk to hoopers who come on the show is about people who've inspired them throughout their hoop journey. And you've picked 3 amazing hoopers who I'm sure people are going to love to check out their stuff. We always put links underneath, so if you haven't heard of them or you're not following them, please do check those out because they're doing awesome things. And the first one that you've picked is, I'm going to try and pronounce it right, Adile Omotosho, who's an amazing dancer as well. And what is it that you like about her hooping?
Okay. Yeah, Adila is a very amazing fitness performance artist, entrepreneur, businesswoman, philanthropist, circus queen, and hula hooper. She is based in Abuja, Nigeria. Her moves are like fireworks, color riots of controlled creative energy. Her work is a representation of the contemporary dance movement. It has faith, it has grace, it's activated, and it's fun.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and it's so different from a lot of the other people I've watched. And yeah, if you like what you saw, then please do check out the link. The second person you've picked is Philly Aime, and she's also a yoga instructor as well as a hooper. What is it that you like about her hooping that inspires you?
Yeah, Philly she's really awesome. She's really amazing. I highly recommend that people find and follow her as well. She's a business analyst, an entrepreneur, a family woman, a yoga instructor, a hula hooper, and an amazing singer. I appreciate the sweet sincerity in her character. She works, she has hobbies, interests, family matters, a lot of talents, and it's all very real and very relatable. So when she posts a hoop video or a video of her dancing, a candid moment with her family or with her dog Bailey, or even just a video of one of her acoustic covers, it's just very pleasant and likable. She's got a lot of talent, and her content reminds us of why we don't necessarily have to be this performance artist in every act, and we could just be a hooper and we could just be excellent in being great.
And I'm guessing she must be from London because I was looking at her Instagram and I was like, I saw her with my friend Katisha and I was like, okay, yeah. She must be a London hooper. It's like, I always spot them when you're kind of like, okay, she's with someone else I know who lives there.
Yeah, she's UK based. Yeah.
Nice. And then the final one you've picked is Zebu Hoopism, who is a stunning performer. She does like burlesque, super good like flow, really great dancer. What stuff is there that inspires you about her hooping?
Yeah, Zebu is a very unique hooper. Her style, she could really do every type of fitness, performance, art style. And you see that through her content. She could demonstrate a broad range of fitness, performance, art, and entertainment genres through her hoop. Her flow, it has burlesque, it has festival vibes, it's sensual, it's casual, it's eccentric. She could do the vixen look or the natural look. She could really do it all. Her flow is clean, and her power is evident in how well she syncs with the vibe of her presentation. I really, really admire her range. She's based in Accra, Ghana, which is in West Africa. And she's actually working on bringing the whole hoop vibe, the whole hoop community to that particular part of West Africa. It's a project that she's been working on for some time. So we hope her a lot of success with it.
That's fantastic. And do you know much about what the hoop scene's like around there? Because like it's one of the places I've got. One of my bucket list goals is to go and teach on every continent, and South America and Africa are the two that I haven't taught on yet. It's my life dream once the world's opened up again to make it over there to teach. And do you know about the hoop scene over there at all?
So there is actually a hoop scene. It's not as connected as some of the, obviously, as some of the communities in the United States or in the UK. But that's one of the really amazing things about social media. It seems as though every couple of days or every couple of weeks, either I find someone or someone sends me somebody who is based somewhere and they're hooping. And what makes it cool is almost as though sometimes for these people, they might feel that they're hooping alone or they're hooping with just their circle of friends, and then we make that contact. So in this particular place where someone like Zebu is, she's really spearheading the movement in a certain type of way and helping it grow, because obviously we could have hoopers who know how to hoop, and then we know that the love of hooping, that's universal. No one person owns that. That's about the person and their connection to the flow. But then in order for it to grow and for it to be amplified and magnified, that's where the community comes into play, because there's the sharing of skills, and there's also access to other resources, even if it comes to like, how do you make your own hoops? What types of connectors do you use? What's the best type of tubing that can be used? Or even just like, how do you travel, or how do you become a performer? That's where the importance of community comes into play. So that's the role that people like Adile and people like Zebu are holding and really shining on. They're becoming these types of connecting forces that are helping other people who love to hoop kind of evolve to the next point.
That's fantastic. So when you were a lot younger, when you were a child, did you have any dream careers that you wanted to be?
Dream careers. That's an interesting question. I was always an artist, so I was always very interested in the concept of creating spaces and creating narratives and manifesting or using your imagination to bring these things about. I've always been interested in, I guess, like fantasy world culture. So being an illustrator was something that always seemed accessible to me, and always seemed as though it was a form of reality to take narratives that have layers of meaning and then bring them into the now.
And do you have goals of trying to do kind of storytelling and narrative things within your hooping as well?
Yeah, there's always a certain level of storytelling that I put into my hooping, and sometimes that's part of the play that I put into my social media. And some posts I feel they're more successful than others. It's a bunch of trial, but definitely storytelling is a feature of what I do.
And do you have any kind of hoop bucket list goals of like things you want to achieve, whether it be performing, teaching, just tricks with hoops, or world record things that are kind of like your main things are like, okay, I want to accomplish this within my lifetime?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. So the records are of course, I think everyone who knows me and they hear me talk, they know that I have that goal of setting records. But bigger than just me, my goal will be to have almost like some type of soul circus that just like features different a diverse range of artists and entertainers performing through flow, telling a certain range of storytelling or narratives that have layers of meaning through flow. So that's a life goal of mine. I've had visions of it. It's going to happen in some way, shape, or form.
Awesome. And if there was going to be like a biopic of your life made, who would you want to play you?
Who would play me? Oh man, that's a great question. I actually, if I'm gonna create a biopic, it would be some form of animation.
Oh,
So
okay, so you just need a voice actor then.
yeah, a voice actor. I have a couple. To tell the truth, I would probably use 3 different voices, because it's almost as though I would want one actor to have the physical voice, almost like some like James Earl Jones, the voice, so some type of like physical voice, and then maybe some type of like cognitive or mental voice, like the voice that we hear in our head, and then also maybe
one.
yeah, and then the contrast of maybe like the social voice, which is maybe a little bit more quirky or schizophrenic in how it's communicating. So I haven't pinned those people down. I will say that some of my favorite actors that I've always admired, and if I had an opportunity to work with them, with Sidney Poitier, James Earl Jones, and who would the third be? I don't know, Morgan Freeman.
Oh, I think everyone would want to be narrated by Morgan
Yeah,
Freeman. If I
exactly, right? If he was a voice, right?
He's like the king of narration, definitely.
Exactly.